don't know who signs off on the art to get printed on a sleeve, but
Yeah.
some of the ones with the not so good arts, they're cheap. Maybe you're just test driving a deck and you just
get some anime sleeves.
Yeah, get some just random anime sleeves. 6s.
5.
All right, so the vehicles deck's gonna lead off here.
It's a pretty big deal. Yeah, you gotta triple sleeve the anime sleeves. That's where you're really gonna get some value.
Yes. Triple sleeving is so strong. In fact, here's what I want to do. I want to triple sleeve my Force of Will deck in anime sleeves.
Yeah.
That look like Force of Will cards so that I can't tell which side's the face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Double maul.
Everybody mauls. Everybody's at 6 here.
I'm fine with 6 for
Are
each
you?
of these decks, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely want an aggressive 6 if you're the vehicles deck though.
Concur.
Top deck Pittsburgh. Hold on.
No.
I'm not gonna mute anybody for talking about politics or anything. But we're not talking about Pittsburgh here. Yeah, I can't get behind that.
What's going on? Why are we looking at our decks?
That's
a little unorthodox.
Yeah, we're on the mall.
We're on the mall.
Let's just thumb through our deck real quick.
Make sure they're all there.
What's even happening?
So here's why I wouldn't let my opponent look through his deck after deciding to mulligan.
Sure, because you have to completely randomize it again.
Well, it allows for what's called card tracking. So even if you don't know the specific position of a card in your deck,
right?
Knowing like within 5 or 6 cards where
right, what quadrant it is.
Yeah.
No, we're not in Pittsburgh. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio.
We're actually in a northern suburb of Cincinnati. It's called Mason.
Close enough to Cincinnati, Ohio, to not like Pittsburgh.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, pretty much a 500-mile radius. I think like the closest city.
How
to
far
Pittsburgh
away is Pittsburgh? How many miles?
I think the closest city to Pittsburgh that likes Pittsburgh is Wheeling.
I don't like Wheeling.
Oh no, Wheeling is
a cesspool. If any of you are from Wheeling, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
I don't know that I'd call it a cesspool.
It's a cesspool.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, just burn it to the ground and start over. Let that Wheeling keep on turning.
Pittsburgh, PA is driving. Oh, don't tell me how. It's 269 miles.
All right, so within 500 miles is a little aggressive.
Yeah, within 260 miles. Let's see how far it is from Wheeling to Pittsburgh. So Wheeling to Pittsburgh is 60 miles. So yeah, so I'll take 260 miles.
Right.
Is like the radius from Cincinnati that hates Pittsburgh.
I don't think anybody mana. We were watching them. They just kind of like looked at their decks and then shuffled some more. Look, man, I don't know. I'll have a word with both these guys afterwards and just wonder what the hell they were doing.
Okay.
Pretty aggressive start here.
Yep, nice. 3 on turn 2 and then 6 here on turn 3.
Don't have to worry about Languish.
Yeah, man. Get in, finish it up. There's a Grim Flare. Now, did he achieve Delirium with the,
He does need to tap this black mana. He does not have Delirium, by the way. He has instant land and... Oh. Doesn't want to get his 3-man inspector
inspected
eaten, I guess, which I'm not
See,
crazy about.
I mean, I would gladly take the, you get to deal,
deal an extra 2 damage.
Right. The guy really can't. the guy really can't effectively block the inventor. Is that what that guy's called? The red card.
Yeah.
It's a 2/3.
Right.
So he's gonna die here. Yes. Take 6. Go to 5. Yep. Yep. And this does not leave the Delirium player in a good position.
Oh. Yeah, we'll have a word with him. Kalidas is strong. I like how he's aggressively placing these creatures, like, way up there.
He's really encroaching.
He's-
We're going to have to talk
yeah.
about what half the table is.
Right. He is very, he's got a very loose understanding of
Half the
proportions here.
So here's the thing: when you do something like look through your deck, you can do whatever you want, but you just have to completely randomize it afterwards.
Right.
So I wasn't accusing anybody of cheating.
No, apparently somebody said he was, like, pulling cards out and, like, rearranging them.
Yeah, I mean that's not.
Your
not-
tone align. If you
Yeah.
randomize sufficiently afterwards, it's whatever.
All right.
Forest has been left open.
The casual not taps on the lands.
Yeah, these lands aren't getting tapped ever.
All right.
So I
Excellent.
believe that's Delirium. Can't see half of his graveyard, but whatever.
I think he's separating the cards so that he can.
Searching for a creature here, probably. Ishkana, I guess is.
Ishkana's probably a big one here.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely want to have a removal spell here.
Well, no, it doesn't even matter. Like if he attacks him with everybody, he goes to 6, right? And then
If you have a removal spell for the Kalidas, then you just win.
sure. No, you don't want to do that. Just untap. There you go. Figured it out. He gets to generate a double striker here if he doesn't have a removal spell.
Send literally everybody.
Yep, turn 100% of them sideways. See, this is where the Thraben Inspector attack
Sure.
would have been different. He would have gotten +1 damage. The guy would have been at 2.
Full swing. I think he still got him here. So he goes up to 6. He can block the 4/3 and then take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10.
So yeah, he blocks the double striker and the dwarf.
Right. And still
the
takes 6,
mechanic.
right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. Yep, I think this is gonna be.
There we go. All right.
we go.
So game 1 in the books. Let's move on to game 2.
Yeah, we got that vehicles deck taking one down. Didn't see a lot of vehicles, but
Whatever.
saw enough guys to turn them all sideways. Looks like he's bringing in Kalidas, which is a huge one here.
Bring in the Ape Tit.
No, he passed on it.
I'm pretty sure he brought in Ape Tit.
I don't think that's a good card to bring in.
I'm not a big fan.
Um,
Yeah, he had him dead last turn as well.
what do you think about bringing in? When is Ape Tit the right card? The Marvel decks? Is that why? Is that like a must-have in your sideboard? So
Kind of. I don't even like boarding for the Marvel decks. Like, it's such a bad matchup.
how is that a bad matchup? If you kill their Marvel, you know what I mean? They get to activate it once.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with, like, a turn 4 Emrakul or a turn 4 Ulamog.
Yeah.
which you're not equipped to do.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, you don't say.
That's not something you.
That's not something
you're able to do.
You're okay. It's not in the
All right, so let's see what we're bringing in here. We're gonna look. Look at those ape tits.
Are they in there? Man.
Appetite for the Unnatural is the card we're talking about.
Yeah. Destroy an artifact or an enchantment and gain 2 life. It's got an ape on it, and
it's
appetite.
got it.
Appetite just looks like ape tit.
It does. More than a little bit. It is literally just ape tit.
Is it appetite? I think it ends in an E.
Ape tit, yeah.
There's no way that the word tit ends in an E.
Ape tit does.
I like the Delirium.
A-P-P-E-T-I-T-E.
Yeah, I know how to spell it. Ape tit.
Driving me crazy in this booth tonight. You know, wild out. You're nuts. Flip a table.
I don't think we have a table back here to flip. Otherwise, it would have been flipped many times.
Many times over.
Yeah.
All the flips.
We've had some table flippers, like the Avison match last week.
Oh, man, that one was.
I would have flipped the table, set the table, flipped the table, maybe set and flip again. Oh, man. How do you feel about this shuffle?
What?
So we pile shuffle,
And then
pick
he's
up
gonna-
2 piles, and then mash. And he's going to pick up 2 more piles and then mash. I guess this is more hand over hand than mash. And then 2 more piles. Get some hand over hand action.
Hand over hand.
Oh, he's got an uneven number of piles. What's he going to do?
I don't
Oh.
know. Whoop.
Oop.
Alright.
Alright, let's see.
Alright.
Now we get a mash.
Yeah.
Now we're mashing. Just mashing it.
Mash it together.
Mash it together.
So what do you want to see in the opener here if you're in the Delirium deck?
You want a Delirium Enabler and a Grimflayer for sure.
Okay.
You can do without Cletus in the opener, but you want to have a way to dig for it.
Right. That
But
Delirium
you
Nail
need
is
like
usually going to help you get
a
to
2
it.
or a 3 drop for sure. If you brought in some Deadweights, that's a great card to draw. He might have a couple of Grasps. Just some interaction for the first 3 turns.
Sure.
He does have the Grasp. I don't think he has the mana to cast it, which is really awkward.
You can't keep a hand without a grasp. That's intense.
You can't keep a hand without a removal spell. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, murder might be the best you can do.
A basic land.
Okay.
Man, no 1-drop. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for our green
For
black
our Delirium player, yeah. He's way ahead now. There's that Grimflayer.
Yeah, we got to turn to
So can
Grimflayer.
can you run this out here without the Delirium yet?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
What's it going to do?
Galvanic Bombardment.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. If your opponent takes a turn off to get Galvanic Bombardment your Grimflayer,
At the end of his turn? Just,
that's perfectly fine.
is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll run that 100% of the time. First off, it means my green-white opponent is playing Galvanic Bombardment, and I'm just fist pumping all over that.
Sure.
Did he get his Swamp here?
I believe so.
That's good. Now he has Grasp Man up. Oh. Ooh. It's not the wrong play to grasp it, but you definitely swing with the Grimflayer first. is that card?
See, and now you can put 2 cards in the
Is that a
graveyard here.
commencement of festivities? Please tell me that's not a commencement of festivities. And put the Kalitas on top for crying out loud.
that commencing.
Oh, no.
So the 3 cards were commencement of festivities.
If that's
land,
what it was, I couldn't
Kalitas.
see it clearly.
It might be that enchantment that puts counters on it.
Durable handicraft?
Yeah.
I hope it's durable handicraft. That would be interesting at least. If it's a commencement of festivities, I'm just going to cry.
Oh man, this is gonna be fantastic.
Alright. Get in there with this Grim Flayer.
Man, he is really taking up a lot of the board.
Yeah. He's got at least 55%.
If not more.
I don't know if I'd say he's on the full 60, but he's close. I don't know what he put on top there.
It was a land and a creature.
Okay.
Or no, it was a land and a To the Slaughter. That's the card I saw.
To the Slaughter's a weird one here. I mean, if you just need a critical mass of removal spells, it's fine, but when you give them the choice of sacrificing their Smuggler's Copter or Thraben Inspector, it's not.
I know which one I would select.
To sacrifice?
Correct.
Which one would you sacrifice?
The Thraben Inspector.
That is a great decision.
100%.
You're a
of the
wonderful
time.
Magic player.
I'm a fantastic Magic player. Man, that Kalitas looks real sad in the graveyard there.
With this commencement of festivities, keeping it fresh in the hand.
Yeah, man.
Pia. I love a Pia. I love a good Pia. I can count on one hand the number of draft decks I have drafted that didn't include Pia Nalar.
Would it take 2 hands to get to the number of PNLR decks?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You must be like the luckiest drafter in the world because that card is fantastic
Oh,
and
come
limited.
on.
What?
That card's pretty good and limited. It's not fantastic. It would be like a good uncommon. It's not a bomb rare.
It's at least a bomb rare.
At least a bomb rare. Do you even hear the words coming out your mouth?
Yeah, so these Grim Flayers don't actually have counters on him. They're just denoting that because he has Delirium.
Sure.
So that's worth noting. We're going to attack in with some... Alright.
Top
Three.
Oh, he
Oh,
caught
God.
himself. He caught himself. I like that. You can't hear what they're saying, but he said, I'm going to look at the top 4. And we were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. 2 on top.
Add on for the new overlay a way to measure how much of the board is occupied by a player.
I would be playing and just abuse the hell out of that.
No, what we should do is we should get, you know, like the first down line that's on the TV when you
Yeah.
watch football, but it's not really on the field. Just put one of those in the middle.
Like right down the middle.
Yeah, just like so they can't see it. Oh, that would be ingenious. So we have Skywhaler's Shot here.
Yeah, Skywhaler Shot's a good one.
That is a pretty decent card.
Offers the cut. That's respect.
Like, it says bottom in random order.
That is respect right there.
Throws the ball. Throws the ball.
What are you trying to say here? Spit it out, buddy. I really just want to see this commencement of the festivities come down, but it's not looking good.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be required to commence any festivities today.
I want to go out and see if that's what the card is.
Run out there, go see what it is. I'll hold down the fort.
Are
Back
you going to
there.
hold down the fort?
Yep.
All right, I'll be right back.
They trust me.
I need to know this.
Yeah, you better hustle before he wins the game. All right, he's on the hustle. You're here with Taylor Gunn. John Douglas just left the room. We're gonna find out if this guy. Oh my gosh, run! If this guy is kept commencement of festivities in his hand instead of colitis. Here comes John into the picture. And so we're gonna have confirmation here. The green, yeah, the Delirium deck was 1 game 2 here, so we're gonna go to game 3.
Can you hear us?
They're gonna go to game 3, so there's gonna be some sideboarding here. And
100% commencement of festivities.
so I don't know if you guys heard that, but we have a confirmation that this guy is on commencement over Kalidas with a turn 3 Grim player attack.
It is confirmed.
The truth has been found. Because he just took it off and then put it back on. So here's the problem. We sit in a back room watching the matches, watching what you guys see, and there's somebody out front
There normally is.
that normally usually handles the sound and the overlay, but we don't have that person today. So that's why the sound, like you guys hear us take our mics off at the end of the round and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not a great sound, but there's nothing we can do to avoid it. So
Yeah, we apologize.
deal with it. We don't apologize.
What?
I don't apologize for shit.
Oh, I just apologized for myself.
All right, well, you don't speak for both of us.
All right, well, I'm the only one with any kind of decency around here. My, Trump's America opponent back here doesn't apologize for anything.
Look, I'm trying to make this stream great again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got more.
This shuffle. I love this shuffle.
We've got more multi-pile overhand shuffling.
I should have talked about mana weaving while I was out there, but
No, we'll have a discussion at the end of the match.
yeah. So neither of these players are like very experienced players. They don't play a lot.
Of tournaments.
Right. They don't play a lot of tournaments.
The player on the right hand side in the enthusiastic pants was talking about his weekly EDH game.
See, that's fun.
Yeah, listen, I know you have a weekly EDH game.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing. Like, you get in that environment, and these things, they're not as important.
Oh, yeah.
You don't really care if anybody cuts your deck. You just want to get the next turnover so that the next guy can take his turn.
Absolutely.
So, certain things get shortcutted. But then when you get in a tournament environment, things become more important because everybody wants to win. And it feels bad. If you're trying to play a fair game, your opponent makes a mistake, they gain an advantage from it. That's not fun for anybody.
No, absolutely not. So it looks like we're keeping 7 for Delirium. Down to 6 on the play for vehicles. Which, again, still manageable, but it's a little bit worrisome that your Delirium opponent has kept 7.
I mean, wait, what can you do? Sometimes you mulligan. I don't,
I mean, I guess in this scenario, you can hope that your opponent just kept a bad 7. Which normally isn't something you can do, but
kept, like, forest, swamp, commencement of festivities times 4.
right.
Well, this is one of the better starts from the vehicles deck. I mean, that guy's is going to be prepared to.
We've got a concoction of brewing over here.
Yeah.
Let me read that one real quick.
And so here, if he has a Thraven Inspector, we're in business. Nope.
We are not in business, for the record. Only swinging for 1, not where you want to be. I haven't seen any vehicles out of the vehicles deck.
This is true.
Discard a commencement of festivities. Do it. I don't see one in his hand, honestly. Oh, discarding
Got
lands,
one off
never
the
good.
top. So the card, if you read that card specifically, it
Which
does
card?
Sinister Concoction.
Okay.
It does it in a very specific order in which it can help you enable Delirium. So it sacrifices the enchantment,
Right.
mills one off the top,
Right.
and
then you have to discard?
Then you have to discard. So you get to see that milled card before you discard.
That makes sense.
So then you can make like a really informed decision as to like get yourself 3 cards Delirium.
It's interesting. Let's see what he can come down with for 3 here. Tracker is probably his best 3-drop, but that's not great here. He didn't play a 2-drop. Although I don't know if he had one available to him.
Yeah, so he's regretting firing off the Sinister Concoction on
Sure.
just the 1/1.
Yeah, not a great play. Take a damage to kill a 1/1. Not where you want to be, especially when you also have to discard a card. Pay 2 mana.
Mill 1.
The mill doesn't matter.
Doesn't?
Not in like a negative way.
Okay. Yeah, if you can target that Depala with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paula's big game. Shutting down like a draw engine, even though it's not a great one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not inconsequential. I mean, the card's in there for a reason.
Absolutely is. Ooh, Lily.
Alright, so the dwarf's...
Put it on this
the
dude.
dwarf's gonna live.
Baby girl, put it on me.
Is it Ja Rule?
It is Ja Rule.
Man, I haven't heard a good Ja Rule reference in a while. Well done.
Let's get an artifact out there. That's not an artifact.
See if this motorist can find us an artifact. No, a spirit and a land. I would have kept the spirit. I don't mind having that card. Okay, if that's your line, that's different then.
Yeah, if you're digging.
If you're digging, then that's fine.
All right. Lily has no choice but to go up. What's your target here?
I'd probably go with the Depala.
So if he has removal, then hitting the motorist is huge.
The motor, I mean, you're not going to kill anything.
If you have removal, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, any removal spell is fantastic here. Because like, if you get Depala down, then Liliana going up takes out a creature. And in that case, you would want to take out the motorist.
Absolutely. But it looks like that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. So in the case we have at hand, I would choose Depala, making it a 1/2. And that way you can
Block it.
block it with the Grim Flare.
Right, and shut it off of being able to swing in for free.
Right.
Oh, his commencement's still in there. I just saw it when he was shuffling.
Nothing wrong with commencing festivities.
There's a lot wrong with commencing festivities.
If you're so if you're trying to win the tournament, yes, I agree with you. But if your goal is, try out some new cards, play something fun, maybe take a known quantity off the beaten path, then yeah, nothing wrong.
All right, so we have targeted the veteran motorist.
All right, with the Liliana. So it is down to a 1/1. I'm sorry, a 2/1. All right, here's the copter. So they exist.
It's time to get dirty. Just send everybody.
I would send. Okay.
Well, that's a Bomat Courier. That's an interesting
Got a
choice.
Bowman over there? I like that in this deck.
I don't like that card at all, but
I mean, I don't like it in this matchup. I think you sideboard it out.
okay.
But
You can't really substitute Avacyn. So Avacyn plays a huge role in the blue-white flash deck. I mean, if you really need a substitution, I mean, you could try to go a little more aggro and run out some Gisellas, I guess.
What about that?
But you're changing your deck a lot.
What about the angel that the 6-drop angel that taps your opponent's guys when it comes in?
Subjugator.
Yeah.
So it's a little too slow to do what the flash deck wants to do.
Okay. Oh, and our this is a great turn for the Delirium deck. He's played Ishkanah.
Ishkanah's very strong. Has the Delirium.
This is probably the most important card against many of the decks in the field.
Right. The Smuggler's Copter looks like a joke now.
Right. And that card's no joke. You could get it up to some
debatable.
serious power here. So Depolic pluses it, and if you crew it with the Veteran Motorist, it pluses as well. So it can be a 5/5.
Sure.
And that makes it rumble with Ishkanah. You're going to have to trade it.
Right.
Because Ishkanah is definitely going to have 2 of her spider friends block with you.
What card is in this vehicle player's hand? I just got a glimpse of it, but I couldn't really tell.
Declaration in Stone would just be gigantic.
Oh, that would be gigantic. I would see him snapping that off, though. I don't think he would hold that.
Maybe he's making sure. Maybe he's more deliberate than we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that there's no sub is good, but I mean, if you really just don't have it and want to rumble with a deck, then...
Yeah, I mean, Subjugator Angel, it costs 1 more, but I think it kind of serves the purpose of, like, breaking the stalemate.
Right.
And that's only one thing that Avacyn does.
Correct. Doing some math here. Become a Man has been announced. That is epic.
Man, I wish I could pay 4 mana and do that.
Yeah. I will become a man.
You be a woman, I'll be a man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Depala too. Trigger.
I want T'Pala, but
Trigger.
maybe he just doesn't want it. Maybe he just doesn't want it. No, I don't think I will.
All right.
Oh, we missed the trigger, and now we're running
Yeah,
back.
so
Whatever.
for those of you out there in the world that was not played correctly, it's before blockers, you have to make those choices.
Right. Another missed opportunity here. Double blocking this Needle Spires with spider tokens.
Yeah, with loading up the spider tokens all on it.
Just 2.
Okay, yeah, I guess you get to trade, but I would have put all of them there.
Grasp the Darkness. That's a sick top deck.
You know, grasping Depala. All right.
Please take the Kalidas. Thank you.
All right, there we go.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
He didn't have the choice of the commencement of festivities.
Right. I don't think Grapple with the Past allows you to choose commencement. So if you're gonna grapple here anyway, you wanna Grimflare first.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
And
gives
especially
more
if you
options.
already have 2 mana tapped for your grasp, then I mean honestly, if you have this exact mana, you just pass, represent your Blighted Fen, and force him to play around it, and then you just have like a totally different pair of tricks.
Oh sure.
You have Kalidas in hand has been announced.
All right. So there's no good action here for the vehicles deck. This one's seen a better day.
Depends on what's in his hand.
He needs to have multiple. See, he needed that card last turn. If he had that guy last turn,
I mean, Deck and Stone is fine here.
oh, I'm not mad about it.
Oh, I'm sure you're not mad about it. It's mad about you.
Well, you wanna crew that guy up. Is what you want to do. I would crew with the selfless spirit. It's the correct block, I think.
Sure.
No, he didn't crew. No, he takes 3. He didn't crew the.
Yeah, he takes 3, but he's already adjusted his life total on to 4, and I don't have any way of stopping it, so we're gonna let it ride. Oh, Jake's
Yeah.
there.
Oh, wait a minute. We got action. Somebody's manning the ship.
It wasn't crewing it. It attacked.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you're at 9. Yeah. I used the motorist.
Let's get real.
All right.
Oh my,
Oh my
god.
What?
This is the best thing I've ever seen. Here's
This
a
is-
Kalidas
this
with
is his-
incorrect mana.
He
That
owes,
can't
he owes a
happen.
black on that.
Now they're like, oh my god, it is not the Wild West anymore. The law has come to town. I gotta rethink my whole life.
Oh man, Cameron has no idea what life is
Right,
anymore.
he's like, oh my god, the pressure is on.
Yeah, the spell's not countered. You can. What? Are we just passing?
I can't imagine a world where that's the right play, but I think we just completely shattered everything Cameron thought he knew.
about Magic the Gathering. In a world where Kalidas costs 2 black mana.
He just tapped egregiously bad here.
Cameron Galley puts more Kalidases in his graveyard.
Yeah, he's not actively trying to cheat. He just doesn't play very often.
It's not
We're not throwing him
yeah,
under the bus here.
Yeah,
It's just-
I'm not. We're not trying to make fun of him either. We're just. It's hard. I found it hard when I started playing tournament Magic. There's like 2 levels. Like you get to a point where you have enough friends
Right.
that want to watch you play,
Hmm.
and so then you gotta get used to people watching you. I'll never forget. I was playing in a PTQ at Worlds was in Memphis, so me and my friend Sam decided to go down to Worlds from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And I'm playing in this PTQ, and we're the last round of the match of the round, and we developed this great big stack, me and this blue player, and Sam goes, wait, and he calls over a judge to make sure that we unraveled this stack correctly, and I was just sweating bullets, like, why is this judge here? Like, it was real funny. There was a Chalice of the Void involved.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he figured we were going to just miss our Chalice triggers entirely, which was about right.
Which you couldn't do before. You
What?
weren't allowed to miss chalice triggers before, but now, if they don't call it...
I think at the time you were allowed to miss them.
Oh, okay.
This was, somebody Google MTG Worlds Memphis and tell me what year it was. It was 7 years ago? Because I was working in a salon, and I've been out of school only 8 years now. So it puts it at like 7 years. It was my first job out of school.
Okay.
7 or 8 years.
Swing for 6. Dylan Sutts is on the fast clock here. He's got 1 more turn.
Yeah.
A Lilion in play. Hissing Quagmire.
Did the
This is not looking
Did
good.
the Cletus earn a declaration in stone?
The Kalidas traded with the Needle Spires.
Oh wow. I'm sure.
Looks like Blessed Alliance in Dylan's hand.
That could be. Oh, what are we doing?
Okay.
See, Blessed Alliance here, if he gains 4, has him sack a creature, that could be a change. A big...
Well,
I
mean,
don't
because
think he wins through this now.
Blessed Alliance doesn't do it because he doesn't have a creature. Like, I think he has to play this and then just hope his opponent swings in with nothing else. Crew in response.
Oh, yeah, I mean, after the crewing's done.
Right. That'll do it.
Well, that was an interesting match.